feel like your appetite is out of control? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 3 nutrients that have been scientifically proven to reduce hunger and stop cravings. The first one is L-glutamine. L-glutamine is an amino acid that has been shown to reduce hunger and cravings, specifically for sugar. Now, glutamine is actually a non-essential amino acid, meaning that we don't have to get it from our diet because our bodies can create it. But supplementing it has been shown to be beneficial, with one of the benefits being a reduction in appetite. One of the ways it does this is by reducing ghrelin, the hormone responsible for hunger. When ghrelin is high, this causes hunger and cravings. And it's important to note that ghrelin can be high without you actually being hungry. Our bodies like routine. And if you consistently eat your meals at the same time every day, ghrelin is going to be released around those times. So maybe you have a late breakfast one day. You still could be hungry at the same time you typically eat lunch, despite you only having eaten a couple hours before. And it's situations like this where L-glutamine can be beneficial. L-glutamine is typically sold in powder form, so you can add it to water or another beverage. I will link to the one I use in the description box down below. And like I said before, you can target it when cravings hit, or other people just like to use it daily regardless. Usually between 2 to 5 grams a dose is adequate. Now you can also get a bit through food, so if you are struggling with hunger and cravings on a consistent basis, adding some foods that are high in L-glutamine into your daily diet might help. Beef is one of the best sources. Per 100 grams, you get about 1.2 grams of glutamine. Eggs are also a good source. Cottage cheese, that might be a food that you can have a spoonful or 2 that will kill cravings if you don't want to supplement. And cabbage and spinach do have a bit as well. Second, we have berberine. If you've been around my channel for a while, I am sure you've heard me talk about berberine, and this is because it is so powerful. A lot of the times when we feel like our appetites are all over the place, this is because our blood sugar is out of balance. And berberine can help with this. Berberine is a natural compound that allows the cells in our body to better take in glucose. A large portion of the population is insulin resistant. In fact, it's actually more likely that you're insulin resistant than not, although it goes largely undiagnosed. Usually people don't know they're insulin resistant until it's progressed to prediabetes. But it starts years before your fasting blood sugar starts to rise. And one of the side effects of being insulin resistant is that you're hungry even after you eat. And oftentimes this comes in the form of sugar cravings. So if you're someone who always feels like they need to have something sweet after they eat, this could be you. And berberine can help with this. You can take berberine in the morning, or you can take it before meals. And you don't have to be insulin resistant to take berberine. Even those who are metabolically healthy can benefit from it as well. Personally, I like to take it when I'm eating out and I'm not sure what's on the menu. I'll just take it before I leave my house. Or else if I know what I'm eating, but it's a meal higher in carbohydrates. Because due to the fact that it improves insulin sensitivity and it helps to regulate blood sugar, you don't experience that spike and the crash, which is another cause of cravings. The one I use is from So Well Health, and I will link it in the description box down below as well. And the final nutrient we're going to talk about today is sodium. And this one might surprise some people. Sodium is an essential nutrient. We need to get it in through our diet for adequate health. And being low in sodium is an often overlooked cause of hunger and cravings. Now, most people who eat the standard American diet filled with processed food are getting more than enough sodium. And for these people, low sodium isn't their issue. But for anyone who has switched to eating a whole food diet, and especially if that whole food diet is lower in carbohydrates, then it's likely that you're not getting enough sodium unless you're already supplementing. And I want to be clear that sodium is not the cause of hypertension. We shouldn't be fearing salt. Hypertension is actually strongly associated with insulin resistance. Most cases of hypertension are actually a symptom of insulin resistance. And when insulin resistance starts to improve, blood pressure starts to come down, independent of how much salt you're consuming. If you consume too much salt, your body simply excretes the excess. But if you don't consume enough, then your body has to go into overdrive to reabsorb what's already in your system. Most people need between 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams of sodium for optimal health. And that number increases to 5,000 to 7,000 milligrams of sodium if you're exercising, because if this is you, then you lose a lot through sweat. But back to cravings. We can experience cravings for salt when our sodium levels are low. And these cravings turn off when our needs are met. Now, one of the easiest ways to get more sodium into your routine so that you avoid these cravings altogether is with a high quality supplement. I really like the ones from Sodi. Their everyday hydration salts are formulated to have the perfect balance of sodium, potassium, and magnesium for everyday use. I add Sodi to all of the water I drink. Because when you drink plain water, you're basically diluting the electrolyte concentration in your blood, which causes you to urinate more frequently because your body is trying to balance out the ratio. But if you drink water that has electrolytes added, this isn't an issue. But the problem is that a lot of generic electrolyte supplements on the market, they're loaded with sugar, they're loaded with artificial sweeteners if they don't have sugar, or sometimes even if they do, they often have fillers, but this isn't the case with Sodi. You're just getting electrolytes and you're getting them in a good dose. And again, I will link to Sodi as well in the description box down below. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Do you experience cravings, and is there anything you have found that helps to reduce them? Which of these nutrients in today's video are you gonna try first? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.